My sister's life it's a lot, you know?
And like proudly displaying us, we're women, so we can just lie and cheat and steal our way into control these big movies. I mean, how disturbing is this to you?
And this is some family drama. You don't do this. You don't do this in front of the scenes. This is not right, okay?
Have you ever wondered what really goes on when the cameras aren't rolling and the Hollywood smiles fade away? Prepare yourself for a wild ride into a world where family loyalties crumble, professional reputations hang by a thread, and the stakes are higher than anyone imagined. Rumors have exploded around Blake Lively, an actress adored by millions, exposing a darker, more calculated side that fans never saw coming. People whisper about a bitter feud with her own sister, an alleged conspiracy against a fellow star, and secret power plays that might change how we view fame forever. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about one of Hollywood's seemingly sweethearts. Some of the most shocking gossip centers on an alleged rift between Blake Lively and one of her sisters, a rumor that refuses to die down. Insiders claim things turned sour after years of simmering resentment finally boiled over. The once picture-perfect family facade apparently couldn't hide the jealousy and competition beneath the surface. At first glance, you'd never suspect this from a family who often boasted about their strong bond. Yet stories coming from supposed close acquaintances paint a different picture. Depending on who you believe, Blake's rise to stardom triggered quiet envy, as older family members watched her rocket into the spotlight while struggling with their own acting or business ventures. As the narrative goes, tensions slowly festered, overshadowing the sense of family unity they presented in public. Then, at a critical moment, everything allegedly erupted in a full-scale clash. The big question is, why would Blake, known for her dazzling smile and down-to-earth persona, let a sibling dispute escalate into something that spilled into tabloids and rumor mills? Perhaps the answer lies in the deeper controversies swirling around her professional life, exposing a pattern that's bigger than a simple sibling spat. But if you think this sisterly standoff is the only storm on the horizon, brace yourself for what happened when Justin Baldoni's name entered the conversation. For months, whispers about a professional collision between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni have circulated among Hollywood watchers. People started noticing how Baldoni, best known for his roles in heartfelt TV shows and his passion projects, suddenly seemed to vanish from major projects. Then an unsettling rumor took hold. Was Blake pulling strings to sabotage his career? Behind the scenes, allegations claimed that Blake declared herself a victim of Baldoni's behavior, leaving her supposedly too anxious to appear in public. To fans, this was jarring. Blake, the effervescent star who lights up red carpets, was now claiming to be paralyzed by dread. Observers grew even more suspicious when she popped up at high-profile events, smiling for the cameras, radiating confidence. How could someone in the throes of emotional collapse find it so easy to pose for endless photos? People began to connect the dots. If her public life hadn't skipped a beat, did that mean her claims against Baldoni were exaggerated? Or perhaps contrived entirely? Skeptics pointed out that while Blake was thriving, Baldoni was facing doors slammed in his face, losing deals and opportunities. The situation looked undeniably lopsided. Yet the story didn't end there. A bigger name soon stepped into this unfolding puzzle, sparking a revelation that shook Hollywood. Just when everyone wondered if the accusations could get any wilder, Ari Emanuel's involvement ignited a whole new layer of scandal.
I am a huge fan of you.
Oh.
Your movies are so inspiring.
If everyone can tag Justin Baldoni to this video, it would mean the world to me.
I have been trying to reach out to you for the longest. I have everything of you.
Ari Emanuel is no small figure. He's the powerhouse CEO of WME, one of the most influential talent agencies on the planet. In an unexpected twist, leaked audio hinted that Baldoni's firing came not from any conclusive evidence of misconduct, but from personal friendships with Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds. The short version? Baldoni was tossed aside to keep certain A-listers happy. That revelation went off like a firework in the entertainment industry. Many had assumed there must have been a grave wrongdoing on Baldoni's part, or at least enough suspicion to warrant distancing him from future projects. Instead, Emanuel's candid admission shattered the carefully crafted illusions. It raised a glaringly obvious question. If the real reason for Baldoni's downfall was personal loyalty to Blake and Ryan, then how much of her story about feeling threatened and terrified rang true? Suddenly, Blake's credibility took a hit. She'd spent so long describing herself as someone too fearful to attend red carpet events, yet was spotted seemingly carefree at premieres. Meanwhile, a man who might have done nothing truly wrong lost entire contracts, with no chance to clear his name. If that alone doesn't underscore the cutthroat nature of Hollywood politics, wait until you see how far the rabbit hole goes. As the Ari Emanuel bombshell rocked the industry, more details surfaced from directors and co-stars, shedding light on the authenticity, or lack thereof, behind Blake's claims. One collaborator who got dragged into the narrative, whether she wanted to or not, is Anna Kendrick, Blake's co-star in A Simple Favor. Rumors flew that the two actresses were at odds throughout production. Nothing was confirmed initially, but hints of friction bubbled up when fans noticed the pair weren't exactly best buddies off set.
She didn't come out and make a statement. She didn't come out, with her heart in her hand or say anything. She just kind of allowed this movie to be like an innocent bystander to everything that went on with It Ends With Us. And also were accusing Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds of promissory fraud. So it wasn't like a major amendment, but it was a significant amendment that they would need time to respond to.
The film's director, Paul Feig, also found himself in the crosshairs. After Blake insisted she was too shaken to show her face in public, Feig had only a curt yet telling response: that this story of fear did not align with his observations. He, more than anyone else, was in a position to know how she behaved during promotions and appearances. If the director saw no trace of the crippling anxiety Blake described, the entire narrative started to crumble. Fans who once sided with her began questioning everything. Was this alleged meltdown an act? And if she was exaggerating or even fabricating her distress, what was her true motive? Some say she needed a convenient scapegoat to mask behind-the-scenes feuds or personal insecurities. Others believe she sought the upper hand in ongoing legal entanglements. Regardless, the simplest conclusion is that her version of events wasn't matching the reality others witnessed. But that wasn't the last piece of the puzzle. Things only get more intriguing when we delve into the rumored lawsuit, the hush-hush, negotiations, and the precarious position that might force Blake into a courtroom showdown. Few things rattle the entertainment world more than a high-profile legal battle. Insiders say that's exactly where all this is headed if no settlement is reached. Lawsuits involving defamation and breach of contract loom on the horizon, with swirling chatter that both Blake and Baldoni possess explosive evidence. Baldoni's side might have documentation proving he was removed from projects solely because it was requested by certain powerful friends of the actress. On Blake's end, her legal filings once leaned on emotional pleas, painting a portrait of a woman too distraught to function. But the tide of public support is shifting. After Ari Emanuel's leaked audio seemingly confirms that personal connections were the real reason behind Baldoni's downfall, observers are asking, can Blake produce any tangible evidence showing she faced real harassment or intimidation? Or will she rely on intangible claims of anxiety and mental strain, claims severely undercut by her very public, glamorous appearances? Whispers of a looming trial raise the stakes to stratospheric levels. Nobody wants their private emails, phone records, or text messages read aloud in court. If these lawsuits move forward without a settlement, big names from all corners of Hollywood could be forced to testify. Directors, producers, co-stars, and maybe even executives at streaming platforms might have to address whether they dropped Baldoni because they believed Blake's claims, or simply because they valued their relationship with her over him. While the legal showdown intensifies, let's pull back and examine how this fiasco reveals a deeper truth about how Hollywood really operates.
Everyone's seeing through it. They're seeing through the BS. And, at the end of the day, they're the ones who are seeking gag orders against Baldoni from releasing information.
If there's one thing Tinseltown hates, it's having its secrets laid bare. This scandal with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni hints at an uncomfortable reality. Star power and personal friendships can trump fairness or due diligence. Industry. Insiders have long whispered that an A-lister can, with a few phone calls, stunt someone's entire career. But rarely do we see such strong evidence laid out in public. The mere possibility that Ari Emanuel, an agency titan, admitted he fired a client at the behest of more influential stars is alarming. How many times has this happened before? Hidden by polished PR statements and selective interviews? If it's proven in court that personal grudges matter more than verified wrongdoing, the trust between performers and agencies could erode. After all, what actor or director would feel safe if they suspect one coworker's private vendetta could vanish their next big gig? For fans, it's equally unsettling. We like to believe our favorite stars succeed because of talent and hard work, not cunning manipulation. When a beloved celebrity's squeaky clean image cracks, it forces us to reconsider everything we see on social media or entertainment shows. Suddenly, every glittering red carpet moment looks suspect, overshadowed by the question, who paid the price to keep that star's public persona intact? And when we dig deeper into the ripple effects, it's not just about industry players. Family members and personal relationships may be suffering behind the scenes more than anyone realizes. Which brings us back to that rumored feud with Blake's sister. Unconfirmed sources claim the sister tried to intervene when she noticed how tangled Blake had become in her personal vendettas. The rationale? A concerned sibling didn't want the star crossing moral lines or harming others' livelihoods for purely ego-driven reasons.
Listen, I know this is going to sound crazy, but everything that I'm reading here points to the fact that Blake Lively manipulated her audiences and lied to her audiences. And I'm kind of shocked as someone who fully believed her. And he's just basically as psychotic as me.
But if you believe the rumors, Blake did not react kindly. Some interpret her sister's attempts at guidance as a betrayal of loyalty. Over time, that crack reportedly widened into a canyon of distrust. With lawsuits looming, every word from inside the family could become a weapon in someone else's hands. Hollywood watchers love a good meltdown narrative, and the tension in the Lively household might be the next big headline if the sister decides to speak out publicly or is called to provide testimony. Online forums are abuzz with theories about who is truly in the wrong. Some fans remain loyal to Blake, saying no one can understand the stress she's under. Her entire career is built on being America's sweetheart. Others argue that nothing justifies the merciless tactics described in these rumors. Meanwhile, her sister is caught in the middle, torn between speaking her truth and preserving the family bond. If all this strife continues to escalate, the outcome could prove disastrous not only for Blake's personal life, but for the entire network of powerful Hollywood relationships she relies on.
Because what on earth are they talking about? Who's missing? Who's joining in as a potential willing plaintiff to this case? And we have an answer. As I said, we had a TikToker who had some tea. We had some TikTok tea on this.
Right now, speculation is at fever pitch over whether Blake will double down on her claims or quietly seek a settlement that keeps the darkest secrets off the record. Settlements are common among celebrities precisely because neither side wants their private drama exposed to the world. But with so many revelations already out in the open, like the leaked audio from Ari Emanuel and contradictory statements from directors, can any hush-hush agreement truly put this genie back in the bottle? It's also possible that Justin Baldoni will stand firm in pursuit of public vindication. If he feels his reputation was systematically destroyed without real justification, he might be determined to prove it in court. This scenario would bring an avalanche of evidence, potentially implicating not just Blake, but also other big names who might have played a role, knowingly or not. For those who rely on the secrecy of backroom deals, it's a terrifying thought. Text messages, emails, phone calls, everything is fair game in a legal discovery process. And remember, this fiasco isn't happening in a vacuum. The entertainment industry has faced intense scrutiny over the past decade, with movements urging more transparency and accountability. If an actress as popular as Blake Lively is shown to have manipulated the system, it could spark an even larger conversation about the power certain celebrities wield. It might pressure agencies to adopt more stringent oversight, or prompt them to create guidelines that prevent personal feuds from ending an innocent person's career. Now that the outline of this controversy is clear, we head to the final chapter, where the ramifications go beyond any single star or lawsuit, asking us all to question our fascination with Hollywood's illusions.
You should be subpoenaing TikTok, because if her entire argument is that Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer team manipulated the press and she's doing the exact same thing.
When gossip morphs into massive scandal, the entire world watches. We've seen how a seemingly perfect Hollywood icon can stand accused of orchestrating secret takedowns and fueling personal vendettas. We've glimpsed how family feuds can spill over into professional vendettas, tarnishing not just the star in question, but anyone unlucky enough to cross paths at the wrong time. Yet, In the midst of all this drama, we can't ignore the possibility that some pieces of the puzzle are still missing, especially if more hush-hush communications or shocking confessions haven't come to light. We're left wondering, could Blake Lively prove her anxiety was real, or will more evidence continue to undermine her claims? Could Justin Baldoni finally see justice, or will Hollywood's behind-the-scenes power brokers close ranks to protect their own? And what about that sister who may hold insights that would blow this story wide open? One thing is for sure, the clash of star power and hidden agendas isn't going away anytime soon. If the lawsuits do proceed, the revelations might reshape how the public views the glitz and glamour of show business. The next time you see a celebrity gracing a red carpet, smiling for cameras, you might pause and wonder what strings were pulled and whose career was sacrificed to make that moment happen. So, keep your eyes open and your curiosity sharp, because in Hollywood, what you see in the spotlight is only half the story. Beneath the polished surface lies an intricate web of alliances, secrets, and feuds that could erupt at any moment. And as this scandal involving Blake Lively, her sister Justin Baldoni, and some of the most powerful figures in showbiz proves, fame can be a fickle friend, turning from blessing to curse the instant someone decides to wield it as a weapon. And there you have it, a glimpse into the hidden power moves and shocking drama bubbling beneath Hollywood's glossy surface. If you found this video eye-opening, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss our next deep dive. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, theories, or any rumors we might have missed. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.